All right, we got disconnected. I tried to pause it. We ended up getting disconnected. But I was telling you, like my economic status before this relationship, and you can't blame her. I blame myself, because what you don't know hurts you. Like, I should have knew this. Like, just seeing my father trying to struggle in this way with getting laid off from his job and being the only one working, and then it end up being both of them at home. I should have knew that. But you know, you get blinded, man. Like you sometimes you go by the better years. I was going by the years when they both was working, and we was ghetto fabulous over there. And then my mother quit her job, and you know, it was starting to slowly go downhill. You know, because like I tell you, you got to save your money. My father wasn't saving like that. And then, bam, got laid off. And he got laid off for some years. It's like he was trying to live off unemployment. He was working at this store. None of it was working. On top of the problems that he was having in his marriage. See, the marital problems will stop the financial blessing, and will stop the health blessings sometimes if you don't know how to pray. Because look at him running a red light. You could have waited. This person ran a red light to park. These people weird, man. But this person keep calling. I'm trying to do these videos. Hey, hold on. So, yeah, those two things, man. I would say probably the top two at that. Guys having to provide for women that don't do nothing for them, or nothing for them positively, and getting ripped away from your kids. See? And I done gotten some heated arguments with her. I done called her hoochie mama and stuff like that, because to me, it's those hoochie mamas that be separating guys from their kids. You know, but that's the main two things. Like, they be trying to have guys around those young kids. Like my daughters, they teenagers now, but they still, like, I try to teach them how to fight and stuff like that, but some people just not violent like that per se. They more friendly. But you got to be violent in today's world. No, you can't let misinterpreted scriptures guide your life. It's violence all through the Bible. You got to be violent without being violent. What I mean by that is you have to have violence in you to pull it out when necessary against any one of these ninjas. And until then, you just be at peace with everybody. But you got to be able to pull out the violence to preserve your life and to protect your life. See, some people, it's like some people's not fighters. But you don't have to be a fighter to pick something up and hit somebody upside their head with it. And this is why especially if you know your kids is not violent, you know they not fighters, you shouldn't have them going to these public schools. Because that's all they want to see is a fight. It's always been like that. It was like that when I was in school. The only difference is the two kids fought, and that was the end of it. They weren't really trying to kill each other in a fight. They just fought, then it was over with. Now it's like maybe trying to kill each other in a fight. And it's like a lot of time when she stripped the kids away from you, it's like you spend, because I know, because I ain't been stripped away yet, but I know the countless minutes, hours I done thought about, how would my kids feel if I just up and left right now? You know? And then I stay positive. I try to stay positive. I be grateful that none of this stuff was going down when my sons was little. Because I look at how my sons turned out with us both being there. And then I believe she secretly wants to move in them backwoods of Mississippi. All them dudes, all they think about is sex. And they be beating on women too. Like they beat on women almost everywhere. But in that dirty South, it goes on probably a little more. Probably a little more down there. So, those are the two main things. You ain't getting none. She exercise, she doing Pilates and all this stuff. Kegels, doing whatever she can for the next man to say, baby, you got the water fountain, you this, you that. For him, not for you. You the one that committed to her. She couldn't do it for you, and y'all ended up in divorce court. But she's preparing herself for somebody that she probably doesn't even know at this point, or maybe she does. And you still gotta provide for guys. Do not stop marrying these women, man. And people be like, people that don't know, don't understand, ain't going through it. And some of which ain't never been married, be like, you cursing your relationship by thinking like that. Let me tell you something. You thinking realistically is not gonna curse your relationship, because she could, most of the time the woman holds the relationship in their hand. Guys are just more reactive. They hold the relationship keys in their hand. So, and guys choose how they react to what these women gonna do. And so you either gonna be a simp, a cuck, or you gonna stand on her and you gonna end up divorced. Or you gonna stand on her and she gonna take the attitude, I'm just with them for the kids, and gonna have dudes at work and other dudes. Dudes in her parents' hometown. I'm gonna go back to Arkansas with my parents. And she gonna be down there talking to them dudes. Sleeping with them probably. But with you though, Mr. Bill Pay, it's a no. Or it's a half performance. But with him, she'll go in the backwoods, pull her panties down and suck him off and do everything. Do y'all not understand, man? I know it's a harsh way to think, but most of these women is just not worth no relationship. For these reasons we talk about. And it's not just me, it's other people. You got plenty dudes talking about this. They'll go right in them backwoods. They ain't sucked you off in 4 years. They'll go right in them backwoods and suck him off in the day. Get a little what they call it, Casamigos, Don Julio or whatever, gin. And he gonna have his hand in her pants, squeezing her butt, and he gonna take her in them backwoods. And you think she just down there eating cornbread with her family. Listen, man, I'm here for you. I'm your best friend. You could talk to me. You could email me. You could talk to me in the comments. I respond. I'm not better than y'all. I'm not an elitist. I respond to my comments. I'm here for you, man. There's some of y'all is being pushed into marriage by her, by your parents, or her parents, or both. If her parents are over the age of 45, then they speaking from a different world. Because the 90s, man, we had all that music. We had the characters. Remember Gina, Tisha Campbell, the ideal girlfriend, become wife. Remember Halle Berry from Boomerang. Now, they got Glorilla, Sexy Red, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B. What I look like being married to a woman that say she like girls? And because they saying it, I'm hearing a lot. Like one of my guys told me his wife like girls. I said, man, is it true, man? He said, yeah. And then he was telling me all type of stuff. I'm like, that is crazy. All the stuff he was doing for her. They don't care, man. They don't care. And you had to, and Drizzle, shout out to Drizzle. You had to think like them. They don't want to give us credit for what we did in the past, so we don't need to give them credit for what they did in the past. It's crazy out here, man. I'm here for you, though. They pressuring you into marriage. Don't do it. Tell her you need more time. And if y'all living together, tell her, in fact, I think we should not even live together no more. And tell her if it's meant to happen, it's gonna happen. And the reason why you do this is you want to see if she rush off to deal with other dudes. If she rushes to deal with other dudes, you just dodged a bullet because she was gonna do that down the line, and you was gonna have to pay. I wish somebody would have gave me this advice. I was just trying not to be a thug no more. I was trying to change everything I did, and I was moving fast. Because I was looking at my future, and I'm thinking like, ain't no way I'm finna spend all my life in prison. So I started changing my ways, but I was moving too fast, man. And think about it, man. Think about it. From a sex standpoint, which is better? Having one that goes hard and strong in the beginning and tapers off decline, to the point where eventually she's going to look for a reason not to do it at all. See, sometimes when women get older, they want to get into it with you so they can start denying you sex because they don't want to do it anyway. Sometimes they lazy. Sometimes they get too big. Sometimes they get too small. You don't want that weight. They don't want your weight on them. It's all type of reason. So they look for a reason not to do it. They don't want to do it anyway. This is one way you know, and I'm going to make a whole separate video about the ways you know she don't want to do it. When they start complaining about things you do that used to get them wet, it's because they don't want to do it. And that's a definite symbol of their decline. They declining. So it's crazy when your wife become your roommate. But that's what most guys, I would say 90% of guys, their wife is just merely a roommate. I'm going to show you. It might not be that high, but I'm going to show you the ways. She's not having a significant impact in your finances. She's not having sex. She's not cleaning and doing the wifely duties like she used to. And she talks more than she acts. She's become your roommate. I'm gonna make a video about that too. She's your roommate. Sure. Let me see something. I gotta make sure I stay in. Stay online. She's your roommate. And when she's your roommate, now she's gonna begin to disrespect you in front of your kids. This how you know. See, everything I'm saying is gonna become a video. Y'all know I like to connect the dots. This how you know that your relationship is pretty much over. When she start disrespecting you in front of the kids. Ain't no coming back from that. If you come back from that, it ain't like you gonna preserve your relationship. Once it's over with, it's over with. A lot of dudes that stand with women that their relationship was over with 10 years ago. But like I say, the main two things is when you got to do for and provide for somebody that's not doing and providing for you, or not providing what they supposed to be doing for you. They're not doing it. That's number one. And number two is when you get your kids ripped away from you. Now let's talk about that. Let's talk about how these women use these kids as pawns to get money out of you. And sometimes they do it because they don't want to work. In my situation, I look at it like this. You ain't helped me no other time. Fend for yourself. That's how I look at it. I'm not making no adjustments. Because we shouldn't have to. We should have just carried on what we came together to be. Now, I'll do little things for them. But this is cold. This is cold as ice. What I'm finna say. Even if you the sole money maker, right? If she's the one to tear up the relationship, that's her. She shouldn't have did it. Now you want to make him pay her all of this money when all she had to do was stay in line, stand down. Well, I ain't never had to work. And that's another thing they'll do. They'll start looking at job opportunities. I censor myself. Okay. A lot of these women argue at the idea of them working until they don't want to be with you no more. And then I've been told I don't need no man. Okay. You don't need no man. Okay, so I'm going to do my thing. Fend for yourself. But see, I got more character than that. I'm not going to be too nice, but I got more character than just throwing to the wind. I'm going to throw to the wind, kind of. But I look at it like when they tell you they don't need no man, all right, I shouldn't have to do nothing for you then. And it's crazy. These women are so, they remember this right here. Remember when people used to do this? Because on one hand, they saying they don't need no man. And on the other hand, they telling you to get a man that can do for you. Which one is it? It ain't both. Y'all letting this sprinkle lady confuse y'all. Cause y'all going by every wind of relationship doctrine. Like the Bible say, tossed to and fro by every wind of doctrine. These women is getting tossed to and fro by every wind of relationship doctrine. 1 minute, you Miss Independent. Katie, what's her name? Whatever her name, I don't remember. From American Idol. The next minute, now you want a rich man. You want a high value man. I thought you ain't need no man. And you guys, man, I don't know, it's rough for guys. Especially when you spiritual. Because like I tell y'all all the time, the only two legs they got to stand on is misguided, misinterpreted scripture and simps. But they say, I don't need no man, which I've been told. I don't need no man. I ain't got to find a man. They gonna find me. Then the most disturbing thing was what she said recently. It's like all this time you be thinking somebody's spiritual, but then those barriers start to break down. This ain't about drinking and smoking cigars. Sex is something totally different from drinking. Because for you to have unauthorized sex, knowing what the Bible say, that says a lot about you. I could tell y'all 100% all honesty, I ain't messed with nobody yet. Notice I said yet. And it ain't because of no marriage vows. Forget them vows. You ain't even supposed to make vows. It's because this is who I am. I'm going to do it the way that's approved of in the scripture. So having to provide for them, is the pitch. Especially when you don't make a lot of money and you got to give her half of it. And you got to try to fend. This is why I believe the Most High be helping guys. He be helping guys make it. I wouldn't be surprised if my YouTube channel blow up or some stuff because I do got some books that I'm going to write. But I'm not writing them right now and then have to, y'all know what I'm talking about. What do we always talk about? What are we talking about right now? Why would I go publish a book right now? So I had to give it to her. The only way I don't is if she take the high road, which I don't know. Like, long as you take care of the twins, take care of the, But back to what I was saying. Which is better, having sex with one person in a declining fashion and having a relationship that's declining, or just going out there and meeting people, vetting people, and then settling for a couple of the better ones out of the group, making them concubine? Or even from an earthly standpoint, taking the Bible out of it. Which is better? You dealing with one and all the troubles that might come with her, or you just staying single, keeping your own place, and playing the field? Yeah, that's what I thought. You know which one better. I just don't see the point in arguing with women. It's like when you, and I feel so stupid now. Like for the last couple of years, every argument I just feel stupid after, especially when she hang up in my face. Because I look at it like, why argue with a woman? When you argue with a woman, you acting like she's the last woman left in the world. Especially when you're right. When what you saying is right and you arguing with a woman, you're acting like she's the last woman left. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. No matter what your decision is, good or bad, it just don't make sense to argue with them. Especially if it's something that you're responsible for, that she's not going to help you. Even if you fail, what's the point of arguing with them? You listen to what they saying. If they right, you be like, you know what, you right. But most of these women try to do the bare minimum, if not nothing at all. They just want to sit there, talk about meaningless stuff instead of like I was watching last night in closing. Last night I was watching all these food trucks. And this one guy, I forgot the name of the show, but he was like doing food testing with food trucks. And his wife was recording. Never heard her voice. He was even putting food in her mouth. Here, taste this, baby. But I also saw that on some of those food trucks, their wives was helping them. Those are not the people that I'm talking about. Because remember I said the non-troublesome wife. But it's too many troublesome women out there for you to seek marriage. I wouldn't tell you not to deal with women. Deal with them. Vet, filter them out. See if any of them are worthwhile. But get out of that fairy tale stuff, man, because I'm telling you, other married men tell you, if they honest, ain't no fairy tale. It's a lot of work. And a lot of that work don't always pay off. It don't pay off. You know how many gifts I done bought? You know how many times I made sacrifices when I was tired to go to stores and I ain't feel like doing it? You know how many times I done picked up things and I didn't feel like doing it? You know how many times I bit my lip so I wouldn't get in trouble, so I can provide for them? You know how many times I wanted to punch somebody in their face, but I didn't because of her? You know how many times I done came across women that look good, smell good, act good, that I could have had, but I didn't? You know how many times I could have went back in the hood with my guys and start doing the things again, but I didn't because of them. Because I didn't want to do my kids like that. And then your kids still end up getting taken. You know how many times I worked second jobs, getting up in the middle of the night, so things could be a little easier for them with this little one person working stuff? You know how many times I put my money at risk hoping that what I'm doing is going to make things better? But when you fail, the failure, like for instance, right? Check this out. This is how people, this is why I said I'm doing what I want. I'm done going out my way for people at work, at home, anywhere. So I don't have hardly no problems on my unit. The one problem I had, they want to keep bringing that up. Talking about it's a SHIT show. I said, you know what? Now I see why a lot of people don't care. Like at my job, a lot of people just let them dudes do what they want. They don't care. A lot of people don't quit. One dude quit, told me nothing is good enough. And when he said that, I wasn't seeing it at the time, but now I'm seeing what he was talking about. And I kind of went off on one of my superiors because I told him like this. I said, man, I do everything y'all say. I show y'all respect everything. But every time I need something, I get to run around. And they critique you more, just like jobs kind of have similarities to marriage. You get critiqued more than you get complimented for all the good you do. The company want to focus on one mistake, one flaw, one thing that go bad, instead of all the things that go well. That's why I'm telling you, jobs, marriage, It's like you need a job. You don't need no marriage. Yes, you do. So the Bible says that sexually immoral shall they burn in the lake of fire. Okay. Do you know what that entails? Do you understand that it's not the same for women as it is for men? You do realize that men can have as many wives as they so choose and can provide for and have the time for. Ain't nothing changed. Territorial laws have changed, but that hasn't changed. You can only have a wife. The Bible saying in 1 Timothy, a bishop. I could stop there. Must be the husband of one wife. Everybody ain't bishop. You know, one dude tried to tell me, and I respect this man, I'm telling you. But he got the scripture all out of whack. He tried to say everybody's a bishop. No. If you look at the beginning of that book and who it was written to, that answers your question right there. And then you got Pastor Dow trying to debate and say that these women can remarry. He just saying that because he wants your wife. He probably would take her. He probably would take your wife, everybody's wives. But what I want to take is whatever he taking over there. He taking something. What you on over there, man? 57, 58 years old, putting it down like that? You on HGH or something? Anyway, we got more videos to come. More videos to come, like your wife is going to come for these other guys. Hey, that was a bad joke. Sorry, man. Thanks for watching.